You, my friend, are at a pivotal access point. Okay, that's what I'm seeing it as. You are at this dimensional gateway that's opening up for you, and it really is a safe passage that's being opened up by part of a counterpart Earth. It is dimensions that are coexisting all around you, right? These different planes of consciousness. Dimensions are not spatial concepts. That's what the brain is formatted to believe. You know, we think about dimensions and we're like, oh, it must be somewhere else out there. No. This system is organized via vibrational frequency, and what I was seeing is that you're going deeper within yourself, and as you go deeper within yourself, you can actually access your higher vision, right? The deeper the brainwave states, the higher the vision that you're receiving. When we talk about higher vision, I'm talking about higher bandwidths of frequency light that you're tuning into. So there's a layer of this reality that you're seeing now that you were maybe not able to see before. And that's also coming with the unveiling of beings that occupy these dimensional planes and information in which you're receiving. So these are plasma life forms that are incarnated, sometimes into physical form. So this is like earth angels, but otherwise they can be seen as like deities or different kind of archetypes that engage with you in your third dimensional experience. And what I was seeing was ley lines. Okay, we're in a very beautiful site, by the way, in 𝓤𝓪𝓻𝓪𝓷𝓬, and what I was seeing was ley lines are sacred places that you can align to within, and this is what you could have been doing, and it comes with you activating memory. You know, that's what I was seeing through your bioelectrical field, right? As a bioelectrical being, there's a certain charge in which you're sustaining and in which you've cultivated, and it's leading you to become highly conducive. And I'm hearing the more conducive you are, also the more receptive you are. So I feel like you're very receptive. It's like you're actually becoming a receiver of information and you're acting upon that. This is going to be a really short and powerful message because I have low battery, but you're actually acting a lot of ancestral memory during this time, which are versions of yourself that have come before as this one body of consciousness. And there's something about you pulling forward this one body of consciousness into a portal, into a new dimension where new stories get to play out. So this is about higher ways of thinking and also feeling about your journey on earth. That's also what I was seeing. And another thing with the ley lines is that there are certain agreements that you're coming back into alignment with. I feel like you're very, very lucid in regards to what your soul is signing in regards to what you feel contracted to do in this experience. And it feels like you're continuing, because I've seen like a to be continued energy, but that was like from your parallel life, right? Your most previous resonant past life. And you're continuing off some kind of essence. So it feels like you've drawn forward some type of gifts, or you've been able to recover them in some way, and you're actually able to implement that towards a vision. Or I'm seeing someone move towards a horizon of what has been started long ago, even since the beginning of time. So yeah, this is super beautiful with ley lines. We're probably gonna open up, but yeah, it's this network of consciousness, right, where you're transmitting codes into the earth's field. And yeah, we're going to go into tune into this. And again, attention of the earth. My SD card is writing slow right now. You're tuning into what already exists within you that's readily available for you to access. So it feels like, again, otherworldly knowledge or another layer of this world stacked upon this one that you're accessing. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. I'm going to get a message from you. Okay, so with ley lines, we have judgment. Oh my gosh, this judgment card also talks about the unknown, which is literally about death. This is literally verbatim what we're talking about. I'm going to go ahead and read it. So the unknown is you making friends with the unknown, right? Because every time you fear the unknown, you disconnect from your higher self, because your highest expression knows that on the other side of what you've once done before literally lies. I'm seeing Pisces and Neptune, which is about dreams coming a part of your third dimensional reality. Let me go and read this card for you, and I'm going to find it real quick. Judgment in the unknown is a calling that the soul has, and it's almost like you can feel like your soul is leading you in the flesh right now. It does kind of feel like a walk-in experience, but with walk-ins, I just see it as an integration process that's taking place, to be honest with you. So let me go ahead and find it. Where is it? Okay, here. So, this is a mirror card of judgment, right? This says, a chilling gust of wind knocks you out of your state of ecstasy. Whatever blooming happiness may have been left over from your recent enlightenment has faded into the unknown. You're unsure of what happens now or what comes next. You don't want to leave where you are, but the time has come to move into the unknown again. So it feels like there is again this initiation that's taking place where you're coming back into alignment with what your intentions were to complete, but I'm seeing it over a series of like lifetimes. You know, something that would be completed over different incarnations, right? Like one mission, many incarnations. That's what it feels like. It's like you're kind of picking up where you left off, but it's more complicated than that because you had to forget in order to remember yourself in this experience, right? To awaken is to remember yourself, which isn't to change who you are. It's just to discard everything that's distorted, the way that you see yourself as a timeless consciousness that's navigating this essence. Is the eternal essence within you that's moving through eternity and that is everlasting. So you don't want to leave where you are, but it's time to move into the unknown again. The unknown symbolizes the exterior forces we encounter in our lives that push us in unfamiliar and sometimes unwanted directions. I'm feeling like this is unwanted to the ego in some way, that's what it feels like. So these unconscious trajectories propel us more than we often realize. This is probably a silly depiction, but I'll tell you what I'm seeing. So I'm basically seeing someone like chilling at a beach. They've got a drink in their hand and they've got sunglasses on, sunscreen. They're laying by the ocean and they're just chilling. This is like how they've kind of come into this lifetime in some ways. But in their closest resonant parallel life, they were like this spy. It's like this James Bond type of energy, right? They were like in this mission. And I'm seeing someone have like this epiphany while they're at the beach, right? In this lifetime. And it's like they know they need to continue with this, but there's an essence that wants to resist the change. It wants to resist moving into the unknown. It wants to resist taking a risk because it feels comfortable in its comfort zone. But then it's like, once this is in your awareness, right? Once consciousness expands into this new dimension where you retrieve this information, it can no longer return back to its old form. So it's almost like you can't unsee something that you've seen about yourself. You can't unlearn something in which you've learned. So it's like opening up Pandora's box. But after all the shadows fly off into the world, there's a dragonfly that emerges. And the dragonfly is about hope, right, that you have. The unknown will awaken you before you're ready. And so you must learn to move with it. So I'm seeing the person like have to take off these glasses and like has to catch a plane and go to this site. And that's just what it feels like. It's like you may just want to wrap up in a warm blanket, but you have to really I don't know. It just feels like there's something like that. I think that's a great analogy I can bring up right now. So you must learn to move with it. And it may not be the kind of awakening that you would like, but it's sometimes what's necessary in order to move on. So it feels like there's discomfort in a comfort zone. The discomfort has now surpassed the comfort that you've had. It almost is like, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but when you have so much to do and it's like you want to relax or you want to just, I don't know, you're doing something, like you're doing nothing or you're just, what's the word? It would feel like you'd be procrastinating in some way, which is almost neglecting or abandoning the soul's path or wishes. That's how it feels, right? Okay. So anyway, there's like this intercommunication around, oh, damn it. I'm seeing someone throw off their glasses and like they come into this remembrance. And it's like, oh shit. Okay, anyway. So it talks about it's what creeps in on lonely nights and makes you question what is true. This reckoning is meant to test you and you will come out the other side awakened and invigorated. So whatever it is, how do we start this reading again? I think it was something to do with, what was I talking about? Ley lines. It feels like, again, with ley lines, it is parts within you. It's how infinite potential and source expresses itself through this dimensionally limited avatar in which you've incarnated into. And it's almost like your vision has been handicapped previously in some way because you've been looking at life through the wrong lens, right? It's like you've been looking at life through the lens of the human instead of the lens of the soul. And now that you've opened up your vision, you just can't unsee something that you saw. So it's time to get uncomfortable. It's time to see discomfort as the only way that you can grow, because change, right, is not what hurts, it's our resistance to it. And change over time leads to growth. Growth over time leads to evolution. And there's something about this is contributing towards the evolution that's happening with your soul across lifetimes, across many alpha third dimensional vessels, across many carbon-based life forms. And they've all had their own set of, I want to say like hiccups, right? But I feel like it's an invitation to remember yourself, no matter what the circumstances are, right? No matter the vessel that you've incarnated into, no matter the circumstances of which you've incarnated into, it's almost like this is something that you can run from. It's something that you can't hide from, because it's yourself. That's what it feels like. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna love an EV right there because I've got low battery. And yeah, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing. Love to have you around. Personal reading details also down below. Also check out Water Spirit if you guys are looking for some high quality AA grade jewelry. We have 2 discount codes for that down below as well. If you made it up into this point, comment down below what you feel like is symbolic of ley lines. Do you feel like it's the earth? Do you feel like there's a global energy? Do you feel like it's a portal? What do you feel like is symbolic of that? Okay, within you as an extension of the earth, you have this architecture within you. I'll probably explain that in the future further, but until next time, bye.
Clouds in the sky, don't care.